Tremendously important.
Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. The president is meeting with the president of Portugal, but he's about to comment on the fact that Justice Anthony Kennedy is going to retire, and he's going to be able to nominate another justice to the Supreme Court.
Thank you, President. Well, as a constitutional law professor, I know how important it is when a justice in your Supreme Court retires, because it's a key institution for the country. So I just heard the news, and I imagine how important it is for you and for any United States president. Anyway, I'd like to tell you that we have a long-lasting friendship and partnership.
Yes.
That started the moment we recognized you. We were the first neutral country to recognize the United States of America's independence. Although we had as our oldest ally England. Mm-hmm. So it was courageous at that time. And I don't know if you know it, but your founding fathers celebrated independence with our wine, with Madeira wine. They made a toast
Good taste.
with our Madeira wine. It's a long, long story, this one, our friendship and partnership, based on common values, democracy and freedom and rule of law and human rights, but also of a very strong community. A fellow citizens that are both American and Portuguese, and they love the United States of America, and they love Portugal. There are around 1,500,000 Portuguese, Luso-American living here. They're very important. So it's not just a military, political, and economic alliance. It's more than that. It's something very human, because we're speaking of 1,400,000 people that they live their love for two countries at the same time. As you spoke of soccer, let me then ask you something, well, make you a suggestion. If you're going to meet Mr. Putin, well, I was with him last week.
Good.
Yes, and he asked me to greet you. So, of course, he was expecting to do a visit. But anyway, don't forget that Portugal has the best player in the world. That is called Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh.
I'm sure your son knows it.
He knows all about it.
And so, don't forget, if you ever go to Russia during the championship, don't forget Portugal is still there and wanting to win.
That's right. Doing very well.
Yes.
And they say he is.
And doing very, very, very much.
And so tell me, how good a player is he? Are you impressed?
I'm very much impressed. He's the best player of the world, Cristiano Ronaldo. So in a sense, well, I think has been a success. I do agree with you.
Yeah,
the championship.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
No doubt about it. For the world.
So will Christian ever run for president against you? You wouldn't win. You know he won't.
President, you know something. I must tell you. Portugal is not just the United States. That's different.
Yes, go ahead.
President, when did you learn that Justice Kennedy was retired?
About a half hour ago.
Were you surprised?
He came to the White House. We had a wonderful discussion just prior to meeting the president, and really had a very deep discussion. I got his ideas on things, including I asked him if he had certain people that he had great respect for that potentially could take his seat, which is a very hard seat to fill. So we talked about different things, and he was here for about a half an hour. I don't think you folks saw him come in and out, did you? I'm shocked. Well, you've done a great job. That's a shocker. That's a shocker. But yeah, we had he just left a little while ago, just prior to meeting the president.
And so what he recommended?
No, I won't do that, but he has, there are certain names that are just outstanding. Names that you already know, to be honest with you. I mean, there are names that you know that are outstanding, highly respected, names that you would know, President. And we'll be looking at them, we'll be looking at some others, but they will come from the list of 25 people.
And, Mr. President, it's an election year. Would you give consideration to holding that spot open until the makeup of Congress is determined come November?
I haven't really thought about that. I think you want to go as quickly as possible. It's a process, but haven't really thought of that. But we had a big day yesterday, very big. We had a great decision today in terms of what was just released by the Supreme Court yesterday, obviously, with the travel ban was extremely big, and we have some tremendous elections. South Carolina, from my own standpoint, South Carolina, the governor, McMaster, was a big win, and as you know, I was very much involved in New York with the Congressman Donovan. So we're very happy. This was a good few days, and now I get to cap it off by meeting with the president of Portugal. And Portugal's been actually very important to our nation. And you're right, we have about 1.5 million people from Portugal here, so that's very important. No, I want them to do what they wanted. You know, the problem we have, and I told them this morning, I said, hey, pass it if you can. But I also want them to do what they want. We have a big immigration bill like everybody does, like you're talking, and everybody talks about immigration now, I think more than ever before. I told them a few hours ago, I said, look, pass something or come back with something that would be a derivation, but get something you want. The problem we have is we need Democratic votes in the Senate, and that's why I don't get overly excited with the House bill right now, because it's not going to pass in the Senate. You're not going to get the Democrats to vote for anything. If we gave them 100% of what they wanted and then doubled it, they still wouldn't pass it because they think it's a good election point. I think it's good for us because I think strong borders, I don't even know how you feel about that, but I think strong borders and no crime that's us. And I think that's going to be a great election point for us. So I told them 2 hours ago, I said, you know, do what you want. And ultimately we'll come to something, and perhaps it'll be after the election, maybe it'll be before, but as of this moment, Democrats are not going to vote for anything because they really are resisting or obstructing. Okay? Thank you very much.
Is there any specific outcome when you meet with President Putin? Do you expect an outcome?
Well, I think we'll be talking about Syria. I think we'll be talking about Ukraine. I think we'll be talking about many other subjects, and we'll see what happens. So you never know about meetings, what happens, right? But I think a lot of good things can come with meetings with people. We had great meetings with President Xi of China. We have, every place I've been, we have had great meetings. So maybe something positive will come out of it.
Mr. President, what about the progressive challenger that beat Joe Crowley, that young woman from New York? Are you worried about a blue wave?
Well, that was a shocker. Losing, for Crowley to lose that election, that was a shocker. I was surprised. Everybody was surprised. We had somebody that's been in there for many years, Mr. President, and I think he probably took it for granted. And I can't say that I'm disappointed because I was never a big fan. But he lost his election, probably shouldn't have lost his election. Maybe you get a little complacent, you know, that does happen. You get complacent, and he lost. That's a big loss. I tell you what, that was a shocking loss. But it is what it is. Thank you all very much.
Mr. President, sir, Mr. President, are you worried your tariffs are backfiring?
Oh, they're doing great.
You think even with
The steel industry is absolutely doing great. The tariffs have been incredible, and the steel industry is doing great, and our country's doing great. You're seeing the results. The numbers coming out from the companies are far beyond what anybody ever thought possible. We're doing really good. But we have to have fair trade deals, and we're working on really fair trade deals. We're working with your representatives on fair trade deals. So
So I have you going to receive President Juncker. That's
Yes.
good news.
yes,
That's good news.
thank you, everybody. They're working. It's going to be very good.
And Mr. President, as far as when you might meet with Putin, will it be after NATO?
Probably after.
Right after NATO, I think.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good meeting. It'll be an
Yeah, who's the president? You should ask.
All right, the president just made a few quick remarks on the naming of a new justice, and other topics. But it's always interesting to see the president. He gives a ton of access. I mean, he really does. He'll take questions all the time. On anything, and he gives them ton. He helps these people do their jobs. He really does. The press, even though he's very shrewd, he's very charming and a lot of different good things. All right, thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. I got to roll. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.